Yeah, I mean,
I know people who won't do your podcast unless you have done over 100 episodes.
This is the Grow
Well,
Business Podcast.
That's because they don't know you.
Well, yeah, but of prominence.
Right. Yeah, the people that are trying to,
Yeah, well, they're important, so they can dictate that.
They have the ability.
Like it matters, right?
Right, they have the ability to dictate the audience.
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to bring people.
Yes, correct. So I understand. Listen, they don't want to be on the episode number 1 thing. Who does? Who does? The good news is, yes, you have come to the right place. Yes, everyone. If you missed this voice, because I know you did. I know you did. I know you missed that laugh over there. I know you missed that voice. If you're looking at audio, if you're streaming on YouTube, we're waving hello to you in the camera there. We're waving hello. We encourage you to do so. You're in the right place. That's right. You are at the Grow Business Podcast. Yes. Okay. Little rusty. We have been off. We didn't know. It's no secret. We took the summer off to. I wouldn't say rest and relax because I don't think either one of us were exactly doing that. But we just took the summer off to podcast.
Right.
Break. Yeah, we took the pod almost like seasonal. We don't operate that way like season 2, but kind of we had a good run, and now we are back at the Grow Business Podcast. If you're wondering, I'm Cory Mosley. Yes, and I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend. That's right, he's back in the chair with the blue check pinstripe action going on. I like it. Me like it light. I'm talking about LG 007 Lon Grams here.
Voice of reason.
Oh, it's very godly. Very godly.
Good to be back.
And a minute and 40 seconds out of the gate seems to be doing okay right now. I'm talking about super producer Willie H is here.
Hit the buttons, William.
Yes. We've retooled. There's so many things that have happened, LG.
Yes,
since we've been off. Position for Growth as out. Seeing the light of day. Released that this hit. I didn't care. I said to everybody, this Amazon stuff going number 1. I didn't really care about people pitched me because I'm not knocking anybody, but you can buy that,
right?
Or they have ways to jiggy jack it, and I didn't do that. Right. And we came out and really just went out to the community, went out to our supporters, went out to everybody, and we did enjoy a moonlight. Or what do they call it? We enjoyed our 15 minutes of fame. We did hit number 1 in strategy and competition. Woo. The actual category of the book. No offense to anybody who put out a book on psychology, but went number 1 in logistics and transportation. So they can say they went number 1, but we had a good run. Now we're, 1,000th or whatever, but our community showed up. That was important. We came out of the gate strong and got an opportunity to hit a bunch of keynote speaking engagements and get the book in people's hands as part of that. So we're going to continue that mission. And with that, I'm announcing some changes. Lon loves this because part of the fun of the show is Lon has no idea what's going on. He shows up with his knowledge base ready to share and impact and do these good things. Before I get into the changes, how was your summer?
Oh, it was good, thank you. Okay, yeah, it was good. Got a chance to relocate.
Yeah, you moved. Did some couple things. Yeah,
I moved. Good. It's good. I'm gonna go see family in the next week, and so I'm going to get a chance to see family that's not in town anymore. So it'll be fun to be able to do that. Yep, it's been good. Thanks.
Good. Yeah. You're looking a little refreshed.
Thank you.
I'm looking at you a little bit here.
Yeah, it's good.
We kind of came right in. I had some other things going on. You were in here with the team, so we kind of came right in and pressed play here. Yeah. But I'm just looking. Thank you. No new lines there. Everything is holding. You're holding up good, brother.
Appreciate it. It's good to be on the other side of a move.
Yeah,
it is good to be on the other side of that.
That's true. Well, congratulations.
And it's good to be back and see family, and be back here and share some time with y'all.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you back as always. Had a few guests come in, try to take your job while you were gone, but seat was secure.
Well, thank you.
So we're happy to have you back. So now we're talking about some things that we're doing differently. Now, one of the things, of course, everything's staying the same. We're still the Grow Business Podcast.
Right. And you better believe it.
Willie H has been cooking up some new ones there too that will be debuting at various times here. But one of the things I decided to do, while we were on break and kind of in keeping with the position for growth theme, and that being about my 5 pillars, of course, mindset, sales, marketing, operations, and people, is we're going to change tunes a little bit on the podcast. Okay. And what we're going to do, and what we're going to be doing for our listeners and viewers, is we're going to be focusing the topic. We're going to be identifying the pillar.
Okay.
And then going into the topic. So when I say nothing's changing from the perspective of wanting to help business owners and people grow their business. But now the theme and the idea is going to be to not be redundant in. So today we're going to be talking about marketing as the pillar, right? We're going to talk about an element of marketing. So obviously next week, we're probably not going to talk about marketing. So one of the things I want to represent, because I think it's important, is making sure we get coverage around that framework.
Sure.
And it's very important. So, and that framework is covered extensively in my new book, Position for Growth, available at Amazon.com, also available on CoryMosley.com.
Right.
That you can get it there. Okay.
Well, and to your point,
Cory, go ahead, please.
What we're doing is the same. The way we're doing it is a little bit different.
Exactly.
And what this does is, now that we're 45, almost 50 episodes in, we learned that there's some things that work. We've gotten some feedback from people that have listened to previous episodes of the podcast and said, hey, I like what you're doing. These are some things I'd like to get a little bit more clarity on. These are some things that maybe I don't need as much. And so now we can give them some real clarity on what we're focused on and what we're talking about. And then we can wrap all of our conversations into that bundle for the episode. So I think it's great.
I like it. Yes, we want to do that. I mean, over 50,000 downloads. Ooh. Over 50. I'm rounding up. If I'm I'd be technical. It's 44,263 as of right now.
Almost 50.
So I mean, again, I don't know what that means. It means that people are listening.
That's exactly
people are downloading. People are listening. So we're thrilled. Always want to start our show by thanking those listeners. Thank you for coming back. If you were wondering where you are, if you don't know where back at, get your butt back in gear. Game on. It's going into Q4. This is the last push for 2024, going into 2025. So we want to do that. And we want to continue to help you in your journey. So today, we're focusing, I gave it away a little bit, but we're focusing on the marketing pillar.
Sure.
And what I want to talk about today is, I'm wrapping this up in this, but how to not disappoint your customers during the initial stages of interest in your business.
Okay.
I see people start out good and then blow it in their marketing. Their marketing is not consistent. Okay. There's breaks in the marketing. People are phoning it in.
Okay.
And it's very disappointing because everyone is concerned about the economy. Everyone's concerned about, where new business is going to come from. And we've taken on a whole host of new clients over the summer to rebrand and recreate their marketing. So I've really had a hyper awareness to this situation.
Yeah.
And it really got crystallized. One of the reasons why I wanted to do the show is my wife and I were driving down the road.
Okay.
And we pull up next to a car, and the car is wrapped.
All right.
In the business name, right? She's in the studio. She knows exactly what I'm saying. She knows what I'm talking about now, because I was so irritated. Like, I get mad when people, because here's the hierarchy of the thought. You were like, oh, it'd be great. We're going to wrap our car so we can be a driving billboard, right? Okay. So everybody knows what we do. So great. We see what they do. They've got their website address on there.
Right.
So this is great. We're excited because it actually is. I'm not looking at what they do just for the sake of it. Like, it was something we would buy.
Right. Okay.
So we go on the website. Website's a disaster. Not mobile friendly, which is the greatest sin on earth.
Right. And nowadays
Yeah. That's the greatest sin on earth. Right now, in terms of mobile, because if you look, anybody who looks at their traffic, business owners, if you're not looking at where your traffic, you don't need to be a data scientist, because your boy is not a data scientist. I want to look at it enough to know what's going on. Right. I want a high level view, like dashboard view of my business.
Right.
And I recommend, if you're not using some type of marketing dashboard or dashboard in your business, you should be. But you're going to see the preponderance of people on activity being on mobile.
Yes.
So you cannot set it and forget it and use just check boxes. Like, we've got a website, it's done.
Right.
And then you've got a crappy one or something like that. Because now you're riding in the car, you spent money to wrap your car. I don't know, these things are $1,500, $2,000. I know people paying thousands of dollars to wrap their car for marketing purposes.
It's an investment.
Yes, to send people to your website.
Right.
To have it not be mobile friendly.
Right.
And then guess what? I'm gone.
Right.
So for those of you that do look at your data, there's a thing called a bounce rate. That's how many people hit your site and hit off because it's not what they wanted or not there, or they leave or they abandon the site, right?
Right.
So you wonder why your bounce rate is high, because I went there looking to learn more about your product or service, potentially order the product or service, and you did everything you possibly could to make that not possible.
So let's think about it in these terms. All right, so you're on the road.
Yes.
You see a car that's wrapped. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're wrapping a vehicle, it's because you want people on the road to be able to see it. You have your website on the wrap.
Right.
Because you want people to go to your website.
Brilliant idea.
Beautiful.
Right.
Where are they going? Well, if they're in the car, they're going to their phone to look at your website.
Correct.
So so it's like inviting somebody to a party at your house and not cutting the grass in the front yard. Mm-hmm.
That's just dumb.
Never, I don't know where you pulled that from, but I don't know where you pulled that analogy from, but yeah, I guess I guess perception is reality. So 100%. Like, if you don't mow your lawn, what do I think about the inside of your house and who made the Swedish meatballs?
Right. Why would I go to your house? Am I
going to eat those?
Well, am I even going to go into the house for the party because you got junk in the yard?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get bubonic plague going to a house party.
But it's the perception, right?
Yes, correct.
If your front yard's dirty,
right,
and it's messy and you got stuff there.
Well, here's the problem.
Right.
Have you not been on your own website?
here's the problem.
Right. Have you been on your own website? Like, that is a symbol. Have you done the mobile experience on your website? Because, like, so the platform we use for our site, I can customize desktop, iPad, tablet, and mobile. I can change the experience.
Right.
So if that's where we are now as a marketplace, and you phoned it in, because maybe your cousin's brother who dabbles in website design, we had a client that said this to him the other day. He wasn't a client at the time. He was a prospect, and now he's a client. Ding. And now he's a client because he's smart.
Right.
But I said, you have, I think their business is like $7-8 million a year. I said, how do you have a $7 million business and a $7 website?
Right.
I said, does your brand and your marketing, what you put out on the street, does it reflect the level of business that you're doing?
Right.
You look like a guy who's struggling based on the set it and forget it and, the website. Oh, Cory, we don't get a lot of leads from your website. I wonder why. Like, people treat it like the chicken or the egg.
Right.
Well, maybe you would get more leads if your site was designed by, so I don't, you know how I get, because you know what? No, the problem is, LG, is that I hear all these stories about businesses struggling in certain ways, or needing to get more clients, or needing to do this and need to do that. And so I get frustrated because there's so much opportunity in any genre, any marketplace. So many people that are skipping over things, and I understand overwhelm. There's nobody that can talk to me about being overwhelmed or having a lot to do or having all this, right? Particularly anybody in client-facing relationships, right? Where the clients have questions and issues and challenges and those type of things. But it's frustrating because a lot of this could be avoided because it's all based on someone's view of the importance of X.
Correct.
So even if I went to that person and said, hey, your website's not mobile friendly and I really had a bad experience trying to use it, what do they do from that point?
Right.
Do they just dismiss me and go back to whatever? Because when they sit around and they talk about business being down or these issues or whatever, and then you turn that mirror around, it's like, well, so I will never order from that business right now because they made it hard for me to do it.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
Right.
And I'm not going to, oh, well, you know what, honey, bookmark this. And then once we get to the office, we'll get on our desktop and maybe that will work. It's out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
It was a want, not a need.
Right.
It was a like to, not a have to.
Right.
So now I've moved on. You think I'm the only person that sees the car go by, goes to their website, has a bad experience, and leaves?
Right. Well, it's I would have if I could have.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if I could have gotten it on the phone, on the mobile app, on their website, I would have got it, but I couldn't, so I didn't.
Oh, I built my own website. No doubt. I ask people on call, when I do strategy calls, I'll say, I can look at a website and tell you if somebody built it.
Right. Well, that's what you did.
Right. Oh, did you do that yourself?
Right.
Oh yeah. How did you know? Pretty clear.
Right. Exactly.
You're not the first person to use that clip art. Right. So, and I'm not like, I don't want to be, yes, I feel like, Lon, I've got to get more aggressive with getting people to wake up in a lot of different ways.
Right. Well,
because so many of these people, hold on, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Because so many of these people, I'm back now. I've got the victors.
You're fired up.
Yeah, I'm fired up. Because so many of these people have great products.
Right.
They provide great service.
Right.
They know their stuff.
Right.
They have expertise that can help people.
Right.
But they're not getting enough opportunities because they won't help themselves.
Right.
And really invest in the ways that matter. You can't invest $50,000 in some guru's coaching program.
Right.
I don't have a $50,000 program.
Yeah.
In some guru's coaching program. I don't want to be a guru. In some guru's coaching program.
Right. And
then have a $5 website or sales process experience because you gave it all to that.
Right.
And I'm speaking out more about this kind of stuff as someone in the coaching community and in the consulting community. I'm speaking out about that because I see people. I talk to these people. They're like, "Well, I invested in so and so I don't have any money for marketing
Right.
or localized SEO or getting certified with Google My Business. We spent all the money on coaching calls.
Right.
And I'm saying that as a coach, but I just would never. That would not be a fair exchange. That would not be an exchange for me, right? To say, hey, I want to see you go. Let's put it into these areas. Yeah, there's tremendous ROI in coaching. We have plenty of clients who were doing X and are now doing Y. Right. But if I would have taken all the dollars into that one thing, when I said, okay, great, here's a strategy. Now we got to go implement it because it's going to cost X, Y, Z to implement it.
Right.
That is the website. That is how we're going to approach digital marketing. How we're going to do a pay-per-click ad, or how we're going to do a campaign. So I'm on a different topic, but I want to get. There's just opportunity here, and particularly when it comes to marketing. Go ahead.
Well, I think one of the things that you're saying, Cory, is that consistency in marketing drives credibility. And when your people buy confidence, and confidence comes from credibility. And so what you're saying is that if part of your marketing is jacked up, then the impression that you're giving potential clients is jacked up, and you're missing on opportunities to do that. So instead of trying to do 5 things and do 2 of them well and 3 of them semi-well or not well at all, invest in doing the one well and then build on that and do the next one well. And if you're going to drive people to your website, have them something that they can use to make it user-friendly in the way that you're driving it.
You're telling people to follow you on social media. I click on the Instagram link and it's broken.
Correct.
And then I go, hey, FYI, just so you know, Instagram link's broken.
Right.
Oh, thanks. Come back 3 weeks later, Instagram link's still broken.
Right.
That's what drives me. That's what I find is just pure insanity, because fix it. Your brand, people, everything that we can count, you can't count the things that are not countable. Do you understand what I mean?
I do.
So when we go, okay, great, 5 people came into my storefront today and 1 bought, I've got ratios. Correct. How many people never came to my storefront because my brand was terrible? Correct. Or the reviews were 1.9 and nobody's doing anything about it, whether correcting the issues or responding to the people.
Right.
And you just let it sit there.
Right.
I used to have this thing, and I would say to salespeople. So obviously, 15 years, I worked with a lot of salespeople and trained a lot of salespeople. And it was the reflection test, the mirror test that I would call it. And the statement was, go somewhere in the privacy of your home, in your bathroom, in your car where no one else is there. Take out the mirror, look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, or can you say, I did everything I could do today to be successful?
Right.
If you have kids, go to your kids at night, look them in the face, and are you able to say, mommy or daddy did everything they could do today to be successful for the family?
Right.
And that's just an honest thing that you don't have to share with anybody else. It's something personal for you. But if the answer is no, you know that there's more work to do. So it's just frustrating. But I want to get to some things because we'll end up, it'll be 2 hours and I want to
end up in January.
Yeah, I want to get to some bullet points. But it was just it was such a disappointing conversation. It was just a disappointing moment as we were driving.
Right.
And my wife was looking it up, and we were kind of excited because what they did was interesting and it's local. And it was just disappointing because she's like, I can't get that. Well, how much is it? Or where is it? And I can't get to anything. And I'm trying to do the drop down and I can't see and I can't. Right. And then now you're just gone. And now you're a story on the podcast.
Right.
I'm not a customer.
Right.
I'm now someone, I'm not calling anybody out, so I'm not naming anybody, but now I'm someone who is railing against what you were doing instead of making me a customer. I engaged your brand, you disappointed me, I'm out.
Right. Well, when you have a platform to express your frustration, think about all the people that just leave.
Right.
And you are now in the rearview mirror.
If you've got a wrapped car with a website address on it, do yourself a favor, pull out your phone right now.
Right.
And see what the user experience is.
Perfect advice.
You know, I mean, so many business owners, I'm like, what do your people say on the phone? When's the last time you've monitored a phone call?
Right.
I don't know. But like we build this, and like there's ways to build all this stuff in, call tracking, call monitoring. That's not new.
Right.
So you can bring that into your business. You got to know what your people are saying on the phone. That's marketing.
Right.
How your people are communicating to a customer is marketing. If I call your organization and your people do not sound competent on the phone, you are sending me a marketing message that you are not competent to handle my business.
100%. So is the phone call one of the bullet points?
No.
Okay.
No. But what is one of the bullet points?
There we go. I'm trying to bring us back into...
Were you trying to keep me on the rails?
I'm just bringing us back so that we're...
trying to keep me on the rail. You can say it. It's okay. I can be gas. You can be brake. That's why this works so well. Do you see? If you were like me, it'd just be two people shouting for 45 minutes, right?
Screaming and yelling. Right.
It's all good information.
So we are talking... It's all great information. And we are talking about marketing as one of the 5 pillars.
Yeah.
And within the marketing pillars, we're talking about how do you show up? How do people see you?
Yeah. All right. So we're talking about it. So map the customer journey.
Okay.
Identify the customer interactions in your business. Right. From awareness, ultimately also to post-purchase.
Correct.
To ensure consistent branding and messaging are happening. You can't have 3 slogans. Right, you've got a slogan on one thing, then you got this over, then you got another slogan on your social media, and then you got another slogan on, on your hats.
Right.
You can't have 3 taglines. You can't have 3 let me take that back. You can.
Right.
That's just not an optimized way to do that. And you've got to know what's going on.
Right.
Somebody told me, we were talking about, I was asking about what a process was. I was asking about, what their process for X is. Right. And they said, we haven't really updated that in 10 years.
Okay.
Even though the market, Lon, is the market the same as it was 10 years ago?
No.
Right? We're not even talking, post-pandemic, we're not even, right? But so what do you mean that's never been even looked at?
Right.
Oh, guess we should.
Yeah.
Guess that might be a good place to start.
Right.
Good news is I'll be in business forever. Now, I have to have a willing participant, though, right? So it's not, okay, I mean, if the answer is, oh, we're just happy with that and we love to do, Cory, I'm going to do it this way till I die, which is business owners' right.
Right.
But, hey, we're open.
Right.
That's I just need a wedge.
Right.
A wedge in the door. I just need to get the foot in to get your mind open enough, just on the foot, and then we can wedge that thing open, right?
Well, I think hopefully people are getting this, and the passion that you're displaying is really because you want people that have something great to offer to be successful so that people have access to it.
Well, because there are people who have sucky products and provide sucky service that are great at marketing.
Right.
So you don't even find out that it's terrible. I bought one of these doggy tough toys, and this company markets it. Apparently they claim dogs can see the color yellow. They're colorblind, but they can see yellow.
Okay.
So this duck is yellow, and it's supposed to be like a great companion toy, and your dog's supposed to love it and take it everywhere. Who is it that dragged the thing around? Linus? Who dragged the thing?
The blanket,
the blanket
Linus,
around. And they're supposed to love it and bring it everywhere, and they're so happy, and all the dogs in the pictures are happy. So they got me.
Right.
I ordered online, Instagram, through the mobile friendly, right?
Yeah.
Didn't have to leave Instagram, didn't have to, dangerous, right? Didn't even have to pull out your credit card, you just push the button. This thing gets here, my bulldog has this thing's head off in 2 minutes.
Right.
Stuffing's all out. And my you've met my dogs. They're not, she's not aggressive. I mean, she's not
overly aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive, whatever. But things gone. They got me.
They got you.
So they had great marketing and a terrible product.
Right.
And they got my $60.
Right.
So there are millions of business owners, I believe, with great products and terrible marketing because of shortcuts.
Right.
Because of, now there are great freelancers. We work with freelancers all the time, but you got to have high quality freelancers.
Right.
Right. So you got to have people who have a high level experience working on branding, not someone who took a Udemy course on Adobe Photoshop and now they're a marketing guru.
Right.
Because it's attractive in this world because you see a difference between spending $1,500 and $100.
Right.
And you go, they're just making a logo.
Right.
It's just a business card. It's just a Facebook post. So let me go with the cheapest person in town.
Right.
Because I'm on a budget in my business.
Right.
What does it cost you?
Oh man. Yeah.
What does it cost you to not have your brand? Now, if you got a crappy product, it's okay to have a crappy brand. Works itself out. But if you're somebody saying, Cory, you know what? I'm the best CPA in the market. I'm the best accountant in the market. Right. We do the best landscaping job. We're the best barbershop. We're the best moving company. We're the best collision repair place.
Right.
But we're not doing the level of business we believe we should be doing. Right. Now I got to go back and look at the branding. So mapping the customer journey, understanding that process, right? Knowing who, we know, right? I'm keeping the data on the customers we're talking to, who our prospects are, who invests with us, who doesn't invest with us.
Right.
What are the dialogues, right? We've got a price point that we realize works best for us. We have a customer profile that we realize, right? Our customers are generally 7-figure service-based business owners. The customers that we work on their marketing, their branding, they fall into that category. Right. So we know if someone says, hey, we're doing $200,000 a year in business, we know that they probably are not a good fit for us.
Right.
Not that that's not great revenue for them, or not that there's not experts or people in that arena who are maybe better suited, but we know some of the things that we want done or believe from a strategic point have a higher investment level.
Right.
So, but you have to understand that data. You can't just be out there. Well, what do you need? What do you got? I got it. That's hustles, not businesses.
Well, and I think too, look, the reason that there are marketing agencies like the Strategy Group, the reason that there are people that do this well is because that's what they do full time.
Right.
The challenge that business owners face, and if you're a business owner and you're listening to this and you're trying to figure out where do I fit in this marketing conversation?
Yeah.
understand that the reason that you're a business owner is because you're probably really good at what you do. What that means, though, is that you spend the majority of your time doing what you do well, and marketing is not it. And if you're trying to be your own marketing person, you're going to struggle with that. So when you talk about what is the sweet spot of businesses to work with, the reason that a 7-figure business is a sweet spot is because the quality of work that your business does, that the strategy group does, is higher quality, and the people need to have a level of financial income, financial revenue to invest to take it to the next level. Sure. And what that means, though, is that they've done enough of being good at what they do now that they need people to help them talk about it and share what they do well so that they can continue to grow. Yes. Because it becomes how do you invest in marketing? Because you're not a marketer. If you're great at what you do, you're probably not great at marketing.
Voice of reason.
little stale. Button's a little stale. We haven't hit it right there. We're knocking the dust off. Yeah, no, 100%. And it's where those priorities lie. It's not a badge of honor to be doing everything yourself.
No.
So are there people who produce podcasts that have their keypad thing in front of them right here and have their mic and they push play and they do their podcast? Absolutely great.
Right.
There's a market for that. And people are very popular, more popular than we are, and more popular, and they've built their thing around that, and they're doing their own editing.
Right.
Here's what I can tell you after we press stop. I get up and I leave.
Right.
And I go down the hall to my office.
Right. We go to work.
Right. And then the podcast appears the following week or whatever, and it goes out and it's everywhere. There's nowhere on earth I would want to do that. I don't even understand the ROI on that, number one. But it's everything that I'm doing before and after the podcast that creates the scenario to be able to have that quote unquote, what we would call a luxury. Oh, Cory, you got a luxury. You got a team. You got this. Well, that's not like I didn't win the team lottery.
Right.
That's an investment.
You built that.
Right. You know what I mean? 100%. So, to play at the level that I want to play at. Right. And there's levels to the whole deal.
Right.
But, okay. Customer journey. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I mean, multi-channel marketing, right? So fundamentally being where your customers are. I have this argument all the time with people about various things, particularly like retailers and, stopping. I talk about this in Position for Growth, now available at Amazon.com, CoryMosley.com. I talk about this, just this idea. You can't stop ignoring channels you don't understand, right? Just because you're not, Cory, I'm not on any social media. Okay, great. You don't have to consume social media to use social media to grow your business.
100%.
Right? Consuming is different, right? Consuming is all the memes that I have on my phone right now from a buddy of mine who I don't know what he does all day because he's certainly got a lot of free time to load me up with the memes. But that's consuming it, right? Oh, did you see what happened? This was so funny. Did you see that meme? Did you hear the thing about the thing? You don't have to be consumed, but that's where a billion people are.
Right.
So how do you leverage that as the landscaper, as the carpet cleaner, as the veterinarian?
Right.
You invest.
Right.
And you don't have to figure that out.
Right.
Now, a strategy may be to make you TikTok famous, but you're not executing the strategy. You're a part of the strategy.
Right.
Right. So you're coming in and going, all right, what do you guys need me to do? Okay, great. I'm going to juggle cats.
Right.
And then you're going back to being a veterinarian. You're not sitting down going, okay, what I'm going to do, here's the marketing campaign. I need to figure out, let me get my iPad set up to shoot it. Let me get this, let me get that. That's that bad.
Well, and let's personalize it to the world that we're very familiar with in speaking and coaching and consulting, right? Sure. If you don't have your own team, if you contract a team, the best speakers, the busiest and the best speakers and coaches create content.
Right.
And then they distribute that content to somebody who can do something with it.
Yes.
And I was listening to, and we were talking about Dr. Willie Jolly earlier. And then in an interview, I listened to him talk about the other day. He goes, I create content every day. And then I give it to somebody who's on my team who makes it magic.
Right. That's part-time. That could be freelancer. So when people say team, your team doesn't have to, oh, Cory, I can't afford, 5-6 employees. Right. Well, welcome to the club.
Right. Not many people can.
But there's ways you make it work. You build outsource teams. You work with fractional people. Right. So there's a lot of ways to do that. You just have to commit to do it. Right. Or again, professionals hire professionals. I've been saying it for a decade. Right. Professionals hire professionals when they need help. Indeed. It's really that simple. Yeah. Professionals don't sit up on YouTube at 2 a.m. trying to figure out how to be an expert at reconciling their books.
Correct.
It really is just that simple.
Yep.
So, all right, multi-channel marketing, consistent messaging. That's what we're talking about here.
Right.
Uniform messaging, uniform tone.
Right.
If you're a goofball, be a goofball as part of your brand. But people don't expect to see goofballs acting serious all of a sudden.
Right.
What is the persona that your brand is associated with, right? People associate me with high impact statements, high energy.
Right.
If I came on and said, welcome to the Grow Business Podcast, hope you're all doing well today. Today, we're going to be talking about mapping the customer's journey and how you can identify every customer interaction within your business.
Well, your phone will be blowing up. People want to know if you're okay.
Yeah. Am I okay? What am I taking?
Right.
Right. Did they legalize marijuana in my town? And am I on it? Right. Like, so again, there's that and it would be odd.
Correct.
If you saw something different.
Correct.
Right. Now, as long as I'm authentic in that.
Right.
Like, Willie H is with me all day. I'm the same. Am I a different person when we get on set to do recording that I am off? Absolutely. I'm probably more outrageous off of the camera. That's what he would probably. I can't see his face because the camera is in between me. But he would probably say I'm far more outrageous.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. And I don't consent to any off-camera recording. Really, it's just whatever he thinks he's got over there.
he's got all kinds of evidence over there. The thing that you're talking about, though, consistency in marketing, and I say this a lot when I talk and in sales. Mm-hmm. Consistency creates credibility.
Yeah.
And credibility builds confidence. Mm. And your clients buy confidence.
If we're throwing out there, one of my lines is, visible equals valuable.
There you go. Yeah.
So let the church say amen.
Well, because a lot of service providers in particular also take on a role of set it or forget it. That's how people lose accounts.
Right.
That's how people, like, you're an insurance agent. You've had the same, you never talk to your people. You don't send a calendar. You don't check in. You don't, let's review your policy. Let's do this. Right. You just have a book of business that at some point a lot of people take for granted.
Right.
And then people start leaving you.
Right.
And you're like, oh, well, why are you leaving? You've been with me 10 years. I haven't even heard. Wouldn't know you if I ran into. I wouldn't know some people I do business with, particularly at that level. I wouldn't know them if I ran into them in the grocery store.
Right.
I don't hear from them ever. Now, if I have some question, I might send it to them. They might answer it. But there's no engagement. And that's how people get left because they're not engaged. You don't have to spend half your day calling your customers, but you need a system that don't take them for granted. Right. And I see so many people doing that. Like they just don't touch in and then they wonder why people leave.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to do 2 more here. One is having content for every stage.
Okay.
Right? So meaning content that speaks to customers at different stages of their buying journey.
Sure.
Right? Whether that's awareness. So when you think about awareness, we think about things like this, right? So this is a free podcast anybody can consume to get insights into how I think, to get advice, in a pick up things that might be valuable to them, to ultimately go, this might be a guy I want to work with.
Right.
Right. Maybe this guy can help me. Right. That's the design. So that's this. Now you go to consideration. Right. That could be a case study. That could be, product comparisons. That could be just those types of things. And then decision making.
Right.
Testimonials. Other people, I've worked with. Demos of your product or service. Right. Before and afters. Like all of these different types of things. And having that across, right? They call it low funnel, high funnel, middle funnel, whatever. But just content for every stage of the process. How can people get engaged and learn more about what you do, how you do it? That's what we use the book for, So, to go, of course, yes, I love your $20, but unless you're John Grisham or Daniel Steele or Tom Clancy or any of those guys, you're not getting rich selling books.
Right.
You're selling a book to get your ideas and knowledge out in a widespread marketplace.
Right.
So people can, learn it. You can reposition for growth, and there's people who are already doing it. We've got great reviews out there. You can reposition for growth and make changes in your business and achieve record revenues.
Good.
Have a great sales month.
Right.
You can do that for $20.
Right.
Or you can read this and go, there's a lot of great ideas in here. I don't think I can do all this by myself, but I like what this guy's talking about. And now you book a consultation and become a client.
Right.
And now you've got you've got the power of our team. You've got the power of over 50 marketers and digital marketers as part of our agency strategic partnerships. Right. You've got advisory, you've got collaborators, you've got access to create video content in our studio. So that's the logical stair step.
Right.
Every stage of the process.
Right.
You know?
Well,
I don't know what you think about that.
Well, you've got to have some consistency, one, for your clients and for your potential clients. You want them to, you got to show up the same way, but it also creates consistency for you.
Yep.
And it's like a checklist.
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing the same thing? No pilot ever gets behind the wheel in the cockpit of a plane without going through the entire checklist first, doing the walk around, and then checking in with the tower. Okay, we're good here. You good there? Now let's go.
No matter how monotonous.
No, well, it is monotonous.
They've done the checklist a million times.
It creates the monotony on purpose so that if something isn't there, it stands out.
Right.
You recognize it immediately. Right.
It costs people their lives.
Right. And at the business level,
people don't have the same level or that example you're using is great. People don't have the same urgency level, right? The pilot misses something, 222 people could die.
Correct.
We don't think about that. Broken links on our site.
Right.
It's slow.
Right.
The graphics don't work. It's not mobile friendly.
Right.
I misspelled something.
Right. Well, and the other thing that business owners don't do enough is really establish their priorities. Yeah. They do something great and they have a business that can really change people's lives, whether it be in the service industry or with a specific product. They have something that people can really benefit from.
Yeah.
So they focus on that. And they don't, and as you become an owner, and as you have to lead your business and grow your business, they don't do a great job of defining priorities.
Right.
And saying, these are the things that I have to do first, and then I can do the next thing. And then I can do the next thing. And that's where all these broken links come in.
Yep.
It's because I'm going to add something. I'm going to throw a wrap around my car.
Or I'm not working with the right partner.
Right. Well, we'll go back to, I haven't defined my priorities well enough to know that by throwing a wrap on my car that's going to lead to a link on my website that's going to be broken, it's going to drive people away more than it's going to attract them.
Right.
Because I haven't defined my priorities enough. Somebody told me it was a good idea to wrap my car.
Right.
I'm going to throw $1,500 at it. And
it's like you've got somebody with a bad attitude at your brick and mortar location.
Right.
You send me a beautiful mailer.
Right.
That's got a great offer.
Right.
35% off this weekend only sale. You got a great offer. You send me a beautiful mailer or a beautiful email.
Right.
BOGO, buy one, get one free, whatever. Right. And I get to your storefront and then I meet the nastiest, rudest, couldn't give a good darn.
Right.
So we can keep this without having to put the E on the episode because I want to say something else. But you couldn't give a good darn if I was there buying or not. Like you're mad that there's a promotion and people are coming in the store because now you got to do more work.
Right.
What was it for? You just killed it.
Right.
That's just dumb.
Yes, you can't. You're not holding your people. I know restaurants. Oh, come on in. We got this. I get there, and you give me the worst waiter on the planet who, in between bringing me drinks, is out chain smoking with the cook.
I knew you were going there. Right.
And then coming back fresh from a visit to the Marlboro Man. Do they even still make those? Yeah. So, and coming back fresh from the, or in today's world, you smell like weed.
Right.
Because you went out and smoked in the back in between while my brisket was being made.
Right.
That bad.
So you're just creating, I mean, it's mind-boggling to me and how you're not, because you've achieved absentee ownerism status.
Right.
The business runs without me now, Cory. Yeah, into the ground. Go back, William, later and get into the ground. Get that. I want that as a button that get hit.
That's a good one.
Work with me, brother. Work with me.
All right, we got to get out of here. I'm going to give you the last. So the last one is just simply regularly review. Do not play set it and forget it with this stuff, right? There's seasonal things. There's things that you can capitalize on. There's trends. There's like cool trends that people are using now. These things with the video, like something's happening in the video and then it cuts to the other person, like somebody's punching and then they like there's cool stuff that people are doing out there that are trendy, that can go viral, that can do these different things.
Right.
And people think they're silly, but they're not silly because they bring consumers in.
Right.
They can introduce your brand.
Right.
Right. And everybody's got a little nuance thing. There's a guy, I know that there's a landscaping guy. I don't know where he's out of, but I watch his videos here and there. He cuts people's grass for free.
Wow.
On video, shows it like, the stuff's messed up and maybe they can't afford it or whatever. So he'll go to a random house and cut their lawn for free. Oh, nice. You know how much paid business he gets from doing the goodwill from that? Because what is it called? What's the cost basis to give up an hour of your time to mow somebody's lawn as a courtesy? That maybe, I'm sure there's people that can't afford it, just are sloppy not doing it. But however he goes about targeting, but what great PR.
Right.
So he's showing goodwill.
Right.
And examples of his work. So you get to see two things. I'm dealing with a good organization, a quality organization that does good work.
Right.
Oh,
and
it's a miracle.
100%. And we bring it around to the marketing aspect of it. He's showing his work.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He's showing his work on whatever channel he's showing it. He's doing goodwill. He's showing his work. What happens is people are buying that work. And so when he shows up for the people that are paying for it, they're at least getting that and maybe a little bit more.
There's a barber that's got Willie H. This guy, his barber's like in Ashland, Virginia somewhere, where people are coming from Carolina.
Oh, wow.
To get a barber. I'm not talking about a Vidal Sassoon that's going to give you a Zha Zha Zhu. I'm talking about somebody with some clippers.
Right.
People driving hours to see this guy.
Somebody that we would go to.
Yeah, right. Shout out to the barbershop I haven't been to since the pandemic because I had to learn how to cut my own hair.
Right. Like I said, we would go to.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm going to get this all redone. You're going to see me. There's a movement going on in Turkey right now. We'll have to talk about that in another episode.
We will.
Yeah, you fly over there, boom, do. You and I can come back with. It'd be like high school. It'd be like high school. We got the whole thing going on.
Why cover up a good thing, Cory?
Yeah, there you go.
Yay.
Good way to justify. All right, we've been rolling. We're excited to be back. We're thankful. Indeed. Position for Growth is here. Listen, head over to the all-new CoryMosley.com. If you want a consultation, you can apply for a free consultation, complimentary consultation, where we will dissect your business, look at it across the 5 pillars, give you some recommendations. Also, if you want a marketing audit, you can make that available. You can apply for that online. Also, a complimentary marketing audit to really understand where you are. It's one thing to call out some things you need to be looking at, but then you've got to ask yourself, what's next? Or what should I be looking at that I don't know, right? What don't I know? What are some identifiers? So we can help you with that. All available at CoryMosley.com. Yes.
Ding.
That's right. Ding.
And if you want an introduction to what the way Mosley Strategy Group and CoryMosley.com think.
Yes. Position for Growth.
There you go.
If you order an Amazon, I don't know, you get it fast or it's free shipping or whatever. But if you want on our site and you want a signed copy, maybe some people like that. Who am I? But I will sign it if that matters to you. Yeah, I'm the author. Well, that's it. I think we're done for today. Yeah. Great having you back.
Thank you.
Great being back in the studio together. Yeah. We're going to keep this continuing. We're marching towards 100 episodes.
100%. And
then we're going to pop some champagne.
Yeah. Where are we going? Lagos? Where are we doing the 100th episode?
I forgot. I don't know if we're number one there anymore. Somebody might have taken our spot.
Yeah,
I can't remember where it was. Yeah, Laos. I think we hit number one. Our play numbers went. This is what I love. I refreshed this and it went up. And it when I refreshed it,
fantastic.
The number changed.
Good,
fabulous.
Good. And
I love it.
That's the perfect entree to say thanks for coming.
Yes.
And thanks for coming back.
Yes.
And next time, bring a friend.
Yes, Willie H. This has been an episode of the Grow Business Podcast. Willie H., take us out of here. All right.
It's good to be back.
Good to be back.
Good. Yeah, that felt good.
Yes.
Well, you came out of the gate smoking.
I know. I'm fired up.
Came out of the gate smoking.
I'm fired up.